Namaskaram. I am Shraddha Sadhguru. My question is, I am pursuing science, and when I talk about yoga and doing Shambhavi in my college, people kind of look down upon me, saying, "You are a science student, how can you talk about these things?"
How can you live sensibly?
And so in my first year, I used to feel very bad about it, but then I just left it. Now I have a question as to why there is such resistance in the youth about our own sciences. I mean, Indian sciences have been established by a deep understanding of everything. Why is there a resistance? And is it important that we convert this resistance into acceptance, or at least, tell them not to disregard it without having explored it in its complete sense? And if so, how do we integrate inner sciences into the current education system that is in place? Thank you so much.
See, unfortunately today, we have a constipated perception of what is science or what is scientific. Essentially, the way the science or the scientific process is defined is, something is considered as a science if there is a systematic approach to it, and the approach should be repeatable, and the approach should work not just for me, should work for many people, then it is considered a science. So science is fundamentally physics, but there are other sciences which have evolved out of it. Biological studies are there, psychological studies are there, social sciences are there. So anything which has a systematic approach and is applicable not just to one person but to a larger number of people becomes a science or a scientific approach. In that sense, there is no science which is a larger application except physics. There is no other science, or even physics. There is no other science which is as largely applicable as yogic sciences. It is just that the yoga that people have heard about today is a rebound from the American coast. So they think yoga means wearing Lulu pants and going around, it's a kind of a fashion. No, yoga means this. I want you to listen to this carefully because this is not something that you can explore in a casual atmosphere like this. Yoga literally means union. What does union mean? The very body that you carry right now. One day somebody is going to bury you or burn you, smoking or non-smoking, we will do it. Yes or no? Either we do this or that. Will you become part of the earth? Hello? How come now you're not part of it, I'm asking? Even now you're part of it, isn't it? You're just a small outcrop of this earth. Only because you were given the ability to be mobile, you lost your sense. You thought you were a world by yourself. If you were stuck like a tree, I'm sure you would have understood you're part of the earth, isn't it? Just because the planet gave you the freedom to move, how stupid we became. It's not just with body, it is so with the entire universe. It is not just with the physical form, so with every aspect of you. So yoga means union. What it means by saying union is, it is a science of how to obliterate the boundaries of your individuality so that you become a much larger life than what you are right now. Either you can live here as a constipated life. When I say a constipated life, constipation means it happens little by little. That's constipation. Hello? Right now for most people, life is happening little by little. You ask them, what are the great moments in their life? They say, when I passed my examination, I felt great. Then I was miserable, then I found a job, I felt great, but then all the people made me miserable. Then I got married, it was really wonderful, then my mother-in-law came and she did it. She didn't come, she was there before your husband. She was there all the time, she was there before you and before your men. But like this it goes on, they will count 5 things where they had great moments in their life. This is a constipated life. That every moment of your life is not an exuberant outburst of life, it is once in a way something happens to you. Constipated or no? No, you must say yes or no. Do you want to live a constipated life? If you have to live an exuberant life, the boundaries of individuality have to go to whatever extent. Only then you capture a larger amount of life and you have a larger experience of life, a higher level of exuberance than what you normally see around you. Have you blown soap bubbles when you were at least young? When you were young? Did you blow… Did you blow soap bubbles, at least when you were children? So you got only this much big bubble, but somebody else got that big bubble. Same soap, but somebody blows this big bubble, yours is only this much. Why do you think? Hello? You also have a lung full of air, you also have soap, but one person gets this big bubble, another person gets this big bubble. Why do you think it happens? Because if you want to expand boundaries, what is important is not the desire. What is important is you need to capture that much air in that limited possibility. Then it becomes this big. Similarly this one. See, my body and your body are different. This is me, that is you. Till we bury, we don't understand, it's all the same earth. But right now, this is my body, that is your body, 100% clear. This is my mind and that's your mind, 100% clear. This can't be that, that can't be this. But there is no such thing as my life and your life. There is just life. How much life you capture determines the scope and scale of your life. Not how much information you capture. How much life you capture will determine the scope and scale of your life. So if this has to happen, you have to breach the concretized boundaries of your individuality and push it. When the boundaries are dissolved, then we say you are in yoga. If one experiences the dissolution, then we refer to that person as a yogi. Well, how far each individual is going to go is subject to various realities. But at least, should you not make an effort, a scientific and focused effort as to how to breach these boundaries of individuality which we ourselves created? Hello? All your boundaries are created by you, isn't it? You create the boundary and you suffer the boundary. What kind of life is that? If nature created the boundary and you're suffering that, that's understandable. You create your own boundary because of self-preservation. In pursuit of self-preservation, you build walls. These walls of self-preservation will become walls of self-imprisonment. If you don't want that, you need yoga. Oh, should I twist, should I turn, should I stand on my head? No, yoga does not mean twisting, turning. You can breathe and do yoga, you can walk and do yoga, you can talk and do yoga, you can read and do yoga, you can sleep and do yoga, you can stand and do yoga, you can do yoga in whichever way. There is no specific activity, it's a certain dimension. What is the dimension? Unfortunately, once it goes to United States, they will reduce it into a specific activity and Lululemon pants you have to wear. Otherwise, no yoga. People keep asking me, even yesterday somebody asked me, Sadhguru, how many hours of yogasanas do you do? I said, 20 seconds. What? Only 20 seconds? Yes. Actually, it's true. I do only 20 seconds of sadhana every day. I wake up in the morning, If I sit up, just 120 seconds, I'm done. Then I don't do yoga rest of the day? No, I live yoga because my entire life is to constantly wipe away the boundaries within myself and within everybody else. This is yoga. What we're doing here is yoga right now.
Whatever you do, devote your whole mind, heart and soul to it. Be it cleaning a utensil, making your study, doing your job or worshipping God, give your everything.
సముద్రాన్ని ఆపోసన పట్టాలా, కొండల్ని పిండి చెయ్యాలా, సాధించగలవు. అనుకున్నదల్లా సాధించగలవు. పట్టుదల సంకల్ప శక్తి నీ సొంతమవుతుంది.